Yeah, very big welcome to you, my dear Aquarius. First of all, thank you for watching my video. I know I don't have that many clicks and likes. It's not about that. It's about those who watch my videos I'm happy about, but I'm not doing it for the clicks and likes. I do it because I want to learn, and in that I need a public. And so you are my public. So today the sun is in Gemini, and Gemini is the communication. What I just told you is here something that we want to show to the people, the love that we have understood deep within ourselves, right? It's a love where a bird and a human comes together, and here she's holding a bird in front of her left eye. So the 19 turns into a 10 when we calculate it together, and then the 6 is the 16. 16 is Mars, the tower. Things gotta go when they don't feel right. And it's not the partner, it's you that says this has to go. And so in there comes then the 7, the emotional intelligence that you have understood through your own lessons. The sun in Gemini is giving the light to the moon, which is now in your sign. And I'm not doing this because the moon is in your chart. I'm doing it because the moon gives me through the subconscious the information for you. And so if you have it in your chart, right, let's say moon in Aquarius, great. But if you don't, it's not important. It's Aquarius reading. So here we see the star, which is up here at the Taj Mahal, looking at the moon, seeing that the moon is this mysterious energy moving the waters and moving us. And so here the 18 turns into a 9, the 17 into an 8, the 8 and the 9, the 17 appears again. You are learning again and again when the moon is in your sign that you understand what your function is as a soul aspect here up in the sky, as the star that you are. Then we're going to look, of course, at the station of Uranus. Uranus is the fool, and we are foolish enough to dive deep down and learn what is there to learn so that we can accept the change and new beginnings. We're going to look at here the Jupiter energy, because Jupiter has moved into Cancer, so we want to see what that combination is telling us. And we are looking at Saturn, because Saturn has moved into Aries, and we're going to see what Saturn is saying now in a sign that says let's take action. Then we're looking at the King of Swords, and here in this deck we have a feminine and a masculine King of Swords. Now I used to give you a date where the birthday is of the court card of the King of Swords, and I'm going to divide it. And there is the first section where the soul aspect here is with the devil, and that's between the 9th and the 20th of January. If your birthday is there, I have done this combination in the previous reading because the moon was in Capricorn. And so if you are born there, you maybe want to look into the reading before, because there I'm talking about this specific combination. Then we have the second, which is the pure Aquarius, and that's between the 21st of January and the 7th of February. Here we have the soul and the court card, both Aquarius. So I'm talking about this today. And then we have another combination, and that's the third one, which is soul aspect Aquarius, but court card the Knight of Cups, and that's between February 8 to February 19. And you can see, right, it changes the reading, but also it changes you realizing that you are a mix, and in that mix it's interesting what you're gonna do with that, how you're gonna understand the message through that. Back to the last reading where we had a second time Taurus Sun giving Aquarius Moon the light. Now, when you get a second time Taurus Sun giving you a message, you better listen, right? And the message was Taurus wants you to be grounded so that you finally enjoy who you are. And I looked, and there is one reoccurring card, so we can begin the reading. So we begin with the King of Swords. I'm going to use the female King of Swords, and we get the Eight of Cups. So we're going to the right, we're going to your full moon, which you have in your opposite sign, and you are leaving something. You are going to the left. Remember, when you become the card, right? When you are the card, you're going to the right. And so going out means also at the same time going within. There you find the strength. And so here we have a date, the 11th of August. And August is important because that's when you get your full moon. That's when the sun is in Leo, and Leo is opposite of you. So you're leaving something that's really good for something that's even better, because this is Saturn in Pisces, and Saturn was in Pisces, but Saturn now is in Aries, and that's the world. Saturn is always the elder. Saturn are the lessons, are the borders, and you are leaving something. Now, what is coming from the Mother Piece Tarot? You're getting the Five of Cups. And so you have 13 cups, and it's coming reverse. And that's Mars in Scorpio. And Mars is, of course, Aries, right? And so Saturn in Aries right now, it's like you're not just leaving anymore. You are also leaving a sadness. Because the Five of Cups is a deep sadness that has been within you, because maybe you haven't found your partner yet. And so the 13 cups here is a big transformation through Scorpio. Mars in Scorpio is saying, well, you gotta, when you leave that sadness, leave what you think should be. And so then the 13 turns into a 4. Then this becomes the 11th of April as a date, right? And you see the 4, that's the Emperor. And we see that Saturn is now in Aries. And so the Emperor is talking. The Emperor is coming to you. Beautiful. Then we look at the Knight of Cups. He is here in Osho Zen Tarot, the Trust. Now, each of the 22 major arcanas has their own deck. And so I'm using this as a mixture so I can learn about all these different decks. I'm coming from the 15th century to the 2025 right moment. And so here you get Beyond Illusion, and that's Pluto. Pluto has moved into Aquarius in November last year, and that's why you are leaving. That's why you are enough. You know I want a good life. And so here the Knight of Cups, the 12th zodiac sign of art and spirituality, trusts that now Pluto is saying, well, are you ready to really trust? Are you ready to transform yourself into this butterfly beyond illusion? The 20 and the 12 is the 32, and calculated together we get the 5. The 5, the 5th chakra, and the 5, of course, always the knowledge that here's the Hierophant. Here is the spiritual knowledge that we are getting. Now, what is, of course, the Last Judgment saying, or the Beyond Illusion saying? You're getting the Weirdheimer, the weirdness, the all rune, the number 40. So we had here the 5, and the 40 is the 45, and that's a 9. A completion is coming to you when you open yourself up into Pluto in Aquarius. Even though you are the Knight of Cups, doesn't matter. You're spiritual aspect is the star. So the star is Aquarius, and you're gonna feel that. And I'm gonna read you the Weirdheimer. So here we have the mystical all rune, binding all tunes, singing all songs, righting all wrongs. Weirdheimer, the dark, deep-rooted realm of the Norns, where they bind and weave all around us. The vibration underscoring everything. Weird is here. Weird is love. Endless, seamless, slow-flowing possibilities rooted in nutritious love, supporting all, both seen and unseen. Unpick the threads where you cannot sense the loving stitches. What weird magic will you weave now? I love these cards, right? It's the Live Through My Healing Oracle, and I love it. So the 9. The 9 is here and is saying, yes, what weird are you weaving now? What love are you jumping into? And the 9 is here to help you to come into that completion. What is the Mother Priest Tarot bringing? You're getting the 4 of Cups to the right. And that's the moon in Cancer. Now the moon is in your sign, not in Cancer, but when the moon in Cancer comes up, you feel that you have everything, you're amazing, you feel like, yes, I'm here in these 4 cups, I'm at a moment where the river enters the ocean, I'm almost like fulfilled to that point where it becomes stagnant, it becomes a 4. And so remember, the 4 and the 9 becomes the 13. And the 13 is again that transformation, right? Now, the King of Swords had 13 cups. The 8 and the 5, right? That's 13 cups. And so 13 is the transformation of Scorpio. And so here, the 9 and the 4 is also a 13. And we understand very clearly that something's gotta change. And then you're gonna see the 4 in a new perspective. And then you're able to jump. And then you're able to say, well, I can do it. So here the 12 can become a 3. The 3 and the 4 is the 7, the emotional intelligence, right? And the 7 and the 40 is the 47. We have an 11 there. And the 11 is clearly, again, that moment where when a portal opens, I know I'm going beyond the illusion. I am trusting. And the 20 is letting you know you can do that. You can simply just jump and trust. The Fool. Uranus is bringing you here the Page of Swords. And there is Gemini, right? The Lovers. And there is you. And of course, there is Libra. So Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius are in here. But you are standing here proud as a young person. And you are going that path down the rabbit hole. And you are understanding that adventure is waiting for you. And of course, Uranus, which is connected with you and is going into Gemini. And so you see very clearly the 9 of Cups is coming here. And the 9 of Cups is that moment where you recognize, I made it. I'm lucky. I have all these cups and I am rich and I am plentiful and I always know what to do next, because the 9 of Cups is Jupiter in Pisces. And Pisces is the love. You are here to love yourself. And Uranus going into Gemini in July is going to be important for you because Uranus is ruling you. And so it's saying here, when Uranus is in Gemini, you're going to feel that very strongly. And Jupiter here in Pisces is saying, well, you're going to be really fortunate. You're going to have so much luck in whatever adventure you're taking. Your luck is that which you have dreamt of all your life. And so here you see the Visconti Sforza Tarot. This is the deck that has all the cards, right, from the 15th century. And so I gave it to the Fool, to Uranus, right, which is 0, which is nothing. And so it's kind of like our ancestors, right? And so you see here the 3 in the 9 is the 12, and the 12, of course, is then maybe talking here to the Knight of Cups, right? Because you understand that we want to bring this love to the people. Now, if you are the Knight of Cups, then 4 and 9 cups are 13 cups. A transformation is coming here to you. Very important that you understand that. And if you are the King of Swords, you have 9 and 8 cups are 17 cups. 17 cups and 5 cups are 22 cups. So go down that rabbit hole. You have wanted to do that, and you are doing it. And Gemini is here. Uranus is going to be in Gemini, and you're going to see things are going to change like crazy for you. Beautiful. Then comes Jupiter. Jupiter in Cancer right now. We get here the perfect key, the number 29. And so here, the 29 calculated together, we get the 11 and the 10. There's also a 1 with the 0. So be foolish enough to get out of the system and really use Jupiter's push, right? Because Jupiter here in Pisces is bringing you the luck, is bringing you, yes, I'm gonna go and find the key to my heart, which is here maybe in this cage, but you have the key, and the bird is coming and showing you even more keys. But no, I have my key to my heart, and I don't need anything else. And so here we have 3 times the 1 and the 0. What is coming from Cancer? The Tower is coming. And so the Tower is Mars. That's the 16, and the 16 is the 7. And so the 7 is the emotional intelligence that we need to understand that we want to change something. And when we change something in our life, we are happy to do that, because that's what you felt here in Saturn in Pisces. You left a sadness, you left something that is actually not working anymore. And for the Knight of Pentacles, he leaves here this stagnation in the 4, right? And so here we see then the 7 and the 3 times the 1. That could be also a 10. Then you have 100 with the 0 from the 10 here. Understand that something is wanting to leave, because the Tower is intense. What is coming? The Peacock. And the Peacock, look how beautiful he is. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little eyes up here, and here's the 9th eye, right? He is the completion. He has 8 feathers. You are the 17th major arcana. That's the 8. So really be now someone that is looking at the Tower and being like, I know what I want. I know where I want to go. And so you know what you want, and you understand that everything is predestined. And Jupiter in Cancer is saying, yes, things are going to go when Jupiter is in Cancer. You're going to find your heart, and you know how exotic you are here as a peacock. And that peacock is someone that you maybe just show yourself for the first time. Then comes the Moon. The Moon is bringing you the Woodwives, the adaptability. Here is the 64, and the 64 becomes a 10. The 18, the 9, the 9, and the 10, the 19. Understand that the Sun in Gemini is bringing you the last card of this deck. This is the deck for your dreams. What are you dreaming about? You're dreaming about the adaptability of the Woodwives. And in here you understand that the 10 is left, and a new chapter will come to you after you are gonna having your full moon. What is coming from your deck, because the Moon is in your sign? The Tower is coming again. So something is really wanting to leave. You had the Tower here in the position of Jupiter. In Jupiter, this feeling of like, I want to expand, but I need to have the right partner. No, you don't. You need yourself, and you have here the 8 eyes on top of your head, right? And you see here the 10 and the 16 is a 7, the 7 and the 10 is a 17, and you are the 17, right? The 17 is the 8 and the 9 again the 17. So you are coming up. Now what is this tower bringing? It's bringing you the butterfly. Look at this. So big transformation, knowing that you want to change and you are changing, and the butterfly is here because it's an air sign. Now the peacock is also an air sign, but you can see he is more substantial. This is like the last little changes that you are letting go, right? Here I feel like you let go of something quite fundamental, of something that's like, well, I always maybe need the perfect key, but the 29 remembers the 11, and that's you. Here you see that something is changing now more in a very light way, right? You understand all of a sudden, yes, I get it, because we need to shift to that level of the 17 and the 8 is left, and the 8 is all you need, because that's the infinite of when life is infinite, right? We understand that certain decisions in a certain lifespan are maybe not that important that you thought were. The sun in Gemini is bringing you the pressure of the transformation, and the transformation is push through whatever you have to push through, and see that in here you're learning to awaken, and in that awakening you are coming into the 8, the 26, right? The 8 and the 10 from the 19. The 18, the moon has told you so. Become now a butterfly. Fly and be liberated. And that's the transformation. That's the pressure that you need to go through. What is coming from Gemini? The magician is coming. And in Weirdheimer, the all rune, we had the magician in here, right? We had, what weird magic will you weave now? And here it is. You weaving all 4 elements, and the 4 elements are here to teach you that you can do it, right? Here the 8 and the 1 is again the 9, the 10, the 19, the 10 is left. You are transforming yourself to a very powerful place, so where you can create the magic. What is coming, of course, from the magician, that's Mercury. Mercury, the messenger, you getting the circle. There is a circle, there is the 8, and you see, of course, the 8, that's you when you calculate the 17 together. So you understand this message is clearly for you, because here's an 8-8 portal. Here, the 19 plus the 1 is the 20, and the 20 came with the Weirdheimer, right? What weird magic will you weave now? Well, you will weave in your circle that kind of magic that will bring new energy to the people, to this planet. But first you need to go through that push, through that pressure, to awaken to it. And now the last station, Saturn. Saturn in Aries is bringing you the Chariot, and the Chariot is Cancer. The next reading, we have the sun in Cancer, and that's when you see that you're going out there, you have the power. The 21 plus the 7 is the 28. A 10 is appearing here. A completion, a new cycle is understood, that we create the world that we want to live in. What is Cancer saying? Cancer is bringing you the universe, is bringing you the world. And it's beautiful because you have a 21-21 here and the 7 in between. This is a 3-3. The 33 is mastery. And you understand that the summer solstice in June, now on the 21st of June, is going to bring you the understanding of the empowerment of the International World Yoga Day on the 21st of June. And it's almost saying, yes, that's where the empowerment starts, right? And you see, of course, that the 33 is that moment where you awaken to the empowerment, that Saturn in Aries, right, is saying more love, more empowerment, because what is coming from Aries, because Saturn is in Aries, we get the 7 of coins. And the 7 of coins is that moment where Saturn is in Taurus, right? And Taurus, and of course here the healer Cancer is saying, well, we got to heal the money that we have worked so hard for. And it's right here, the 7-7 portal and the 3-3 portal. Look at this. I mean, it's like, this is crazy, right? This is powerful. This is self-empowerment. And in that self-empowerment, you understand what to do with this money, how to put it. So in a way, we have a 3 and a 7 here, a 3 and a 7, a 10-10. The 10-10 is then also, when we calculate it together, the 20. And the 20 is beyond illusion. You are creating the Weirdheimer. The 20 and the 40 is the 60, and that's Gemini. And Uranus, that is going to go into Gemini in July, is saying, yes, you're going to feel that. You're going to feel in July, is the 7th month. You're going to feel that the world is coming, and you're going to change things, and you're going to do magic, weird magic, that you are weaving and creating a new network beyond the illusion with your circle. Wow, love it. That's why I'm doing the readings, right? If you watch it, great, and if you're there, great. I'm really happy to have you guys, right? But I just do it because I want to bring the message out there. And so I hope I see you in the next reading. That's when we get the sun in Cancer. Cancer has come up, right, and has told you, yes, you are gonna heal the world with the circle, with other people. You're gonna go through pressure, and yes, you are gonna be the magician, and you are gonna knowing, yes, I can do it. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.